Hello everyone, so today is the long anticipated video that I've been gearing up for, been waiting for, excited for, etc, etc, all the positive words. So it is taking care of up-potting my Snapdragons. So I do live in zone 8B, and today is what, January 24th? Some people may say, oh, you started your Snapdragons too early. I like to give my Snapdragon that little threat of frost, just because I feel like they do better if they experience that frost. So I will be doing that again this year, for the second year in a row. Third year in a row. This will be the third year. So yeah, there's nothing to it but to do it. These are 3 out of the 6 containers that I have currently of Snapdragons. If you can see, they are looking a little flush in color. So that's how I know it's time to get them up potted and into somewhat their own cell. So these are the Snapdragons that I grew last year, and I collected the seeds. This is probably like, I don't know, probably like $20 worth of seeds that I didn't have to buy this year, simply because I saved my seeds, as you all may know. So yeah, so these are the Snapdragons that I've grown previous years. As you can see, I have a lot more compared to the ones that I bought from, I believe these are MI Gardeners. Are these MI Gardeners? So, nope, these are, who did I get these from? I can't think of it right now, but I'll put on a screen on who I got these from. But I did get these from someone who is reputable. So, I mean, these are looking great, but these are looking amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with up potting. Let me get these out of the way. So I do get a brand new cell every year specifically for my Snapdragons. I love Snapdragons. I enjoy cutting them down and putting them in a vase, or whatever the case may be, gifting them to a friend, neighbor, whatever, other gardeners. So to make sure that they stay disease free, I make sure to get a new cell every year. So I will be using Miracle Grow potting mix in these. So that's the soil I'll be using, and then I will most likely lightly dust them with some vermiculite. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Alright, so all of the cells has been filled. Now I will go ahead and grab my Snapdragons, and then also I need So this is just a little paintbrush. As you can probably tell, I use a lot of paintbrushes. I used to paint, but now I just have a bunch of brushes that's laying around, so I now use them for gardening. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this taken care of. I will pull one just to see how the roots are doing. Like if they are, yeah, I can feel it already breaking, so they probably won't do well with me pulling them out this year. So I may have started a little late, or I didn't transplant them early enough. Yeah, look at all those roots at the bottom. So the roots are most likely tangled up, but they look nice, white and healthy. They're not yellowing, they're not dying. There is some big chunks down at the bottom for drainage, and it looks like it did very well because the roots aren't dying off or molding or anything like that. And then it just breaks out so nice when I break it up a little bit without needing to do too much. All right, so I'll work with the brick at a time, and I will go ahead and get those seeded. Alright, so I have one side done here. So I'm going to do the rest of these, which I'm pretty sure will probably take up the rest of this. So I will have to get probably 2 more trays in order to get the rest of the Snapdragons done. So I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to get this all done off camera. And then once I return, I will show you everything being completed. Alright, I am back. Many YouTube videos later, after watching and planting out these Snapdragon seedlings, I have 2 trays done, and then I have 3 more little containers. Here of Snapdragons that is yet to finish sprouting. So here is the Potomac Orange F1 pelleted. I'm assuming that because it's pelleted, it's taking a little bit longer. I believe I planted all of these the same days. But the pelleted ones is coming up a little bit slower. While I'm at it, I'll give them a little drink. And then I will put this back under the grow light. Like so. So this one here is the hybrid Snapdragon Avignon Lavender. I will also make sure to give this one a drink as well. This one is not pelleted, but it is taking quite a bit of time to sprout. I believe this one was 50 seeds. But only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'll say about 20 has sprouted. So before I disturb the soil and uppot them, I'll give it some more time to do what it needs to do. Back under the grow light, that one goes as well. And then the last one that needs to be uppotted, but I'm giving it more time to grow. Antirrhinium? I don't know. I can't. Nope, that is not it. The Antibus apricot. Okay. Antibus apricot. I'll show the picture of it. I'm not quite sure what color this one is. This one also has 50 seeds. These are the main ones that's grown so far. But there's a couple of other small seedlings that just started sprouting. So I'll give them a drink. And then back under the soil. Back under the grow light. Alright, so the two 72 count trays that I have here are done. I have the little shield on it. I'll keep the little plastic on it for, I think 72 hours is what I did last year, just to give them some time to bounce back. If you can see, like, there's part of this that's clear, that doesn't have any condensation on it. It's because I had it under the grow light. So they will go back under the grow light once I get done with this video, and where they can bounce back and whatever the case may be. So this one is the one that I so this one is the Snapdragons that I paid for, along with the other 3 containers that I just showed you. And then the one under here is the one that I had grown and saved the seed from last year. So over here, I believe it's like this area and over is going to be the JSS Early Sunrise, which I believe is like this peach, red, orange, like faded, like into each other type of color. If my memory is correct, I'll have a picture on the screen. And then this is the Rocket Mix. I think the Rocket Mix is the one that's like red and orange as well. So most of these are either 1 or 2 to a cell. If there's like a couple of small seedlings, it'll probably be like 3. But then you have something like this where there's like 4 of them in there. I believe that it's because one of these probably broke off, whatever the case may be. But I won't be thinning these out. These are going to be, hopefully this one bounced back. But these are going to be the ones that will be going into the garden this year. When it comes time, I will take them out there. Like, I'll make it a little bit, I'll break this down. So it'll be 2x3s, a little flat, and I'll put it on some little rack outside so I can harden them off. So when it comes time, I can just pop them out the cells and put them in a okay, decently spaced area. Normally, they do tell you to space it out a little bit further than I tend to do. But yeah, I will space them a little bit closer just because I like to have a bush of Snapdragons. And I will not be topping these. I won't be chopping the top off, so that's why I have so many. But anyways, those are that one. And then when it comes time, I will go ahead and fill out the rest of these. So that's one that's already done. And then this is the one that is from the seeds that I saved from last year. And I know you're probably thinking like, oh wow, that is a lot of Snapdragons in some of these cells, like this one here, or this one there, or this one there, or there, or whatever the case may be. But that's how it's got to be, just because I ran out of cells. I do have one more 72 count tray left, but that's going to be for the 3 other containers of Snapdragons that I just showed you. I almost lost my train of thought, but I am back. So yeah, this is it. I have some water. I probably need to put a little bit more water on the bottom just to make sure they are fully soaked, but I have some water in the bottom. It wicked up a lot. I didn't spray the top, only this little area, just because it looked like it was struggling. But yeah, it looks like the water is being wicked up and it's good to go. So yeah, give it about 72 hours and you should see a better difference, you know, in regards to how they look. Of course, they'll need some time to bounce back, but honestly though, compared to how they look when I put it in, they were like leggy, like this one. You see how it's like falling over. I probably should add a little bit more soil to hold that one up, but honestly, I have so many Snapdragons, I think I'm good if 1 or 2 of these do not successfully make it, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a little bit more than that. But yeah, so all the water is hooked up. I probably need to add a little bit more water under here. But other than that, it looks like everything is doing good. So now I will put this back on. I put this back on for 3 days, 72 hours. It seemed like 72 hours is always the rules when it comes to me in giving them time to recover. But I put this on just to protect it from the minor elemental changes that is happening inside my home. As you all know, it is wintertime in January. Some of you are having some snowstorms this weekend, ice storms, and all that jazz. I hope y'all are doing well. But yeah, it's going to be about 28 degrees tonight here where I'm at, and it gets pretty cold in my apartment, just because we don't have central heating and cooling. So yeah, to make sure it doesn't have that issue or any issue with any drafts or whatever the case may be, especially in the seedling phase after being transplanted, I would keep this on for the next 3 days, and then plus by the time the next 3 days are up, it will be a little bit warmer. I believe we should be getting into the lower to middle 50s in the next few days after this little cold air is taken away. But yep, this is it. So I will give this until, I believe, April 1st is when I put my Snapdragons in. April 20th is our last frost date. As I said probably early in the video, I do like to give my Snapdragon a little exposure to that cold, especially since it seems to be more beneficial than harmful. It's not like below 30s. If it's below 30s, then I messed up. But I have never had a year where, I put out my Snapdragons on the 1st of April and had any issues. Please don't be the year. But yeah, I will go ahead and put these back under the lights, and then we'll show you the little light setup that I have. Alright, so as you can see, the 2 containers are now under 2 shop lights. So they are going to sit here for the next, few months. Of course, the taller the plants are, the more I will bring up the lights, the height of the lights. So yeah, they will be there for a while. Hey y'all, thank you so much for watching the video on me uppotting my Snapdragons for the 2026 year. Hopefully you learned something. If not, please go ahead and comment down in the comment section below. If you have any questions, then I'll be happy to answer them. Also, please, while you're down there, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Leave a like if you liked it. Then also change that notification bell as well. If you have any questions in regards to why I did what I did while planting my Snapdragons, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer those for you. The next video should be the results on the corn that I had harvested last year. I plan on using the seeds that I saved, or the kernels that I saved from last year, this year in my garden, and I just tested it out to see how the germination rates would be. So you'll be seeing that video probably most likely next week, as I'm still only on day 6 as of today to get those results, but they're looking pretty nice. They're pretty shocking as well. So if you want to see the results of the corn that I have harvested last year and saved to plant this year, please make sure you don't miss out by hitting that notification bell, and then also make sure you subscribe so that you'll be able to see the next video coming up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and sticking out till the end. I will see you all again, hopefully, most likely, next Monday, next week.